Let's be honest. Failure sucks. It hurts. It's uncomfortable. And yet, every single person you admire has failed more times than you can count. Marcus Aurelius failed. Thomas Edison failed. Even Bruce Lee said, "Do not pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to endure a difficult one." But here's the truth. Most people never say out loud, failure is not the opposite of success. It's the training ground. It's the gym where your character gets stronger. It's where your ego breaks and your resilience builds. And the Stoics? They knew this. They trained for it. They welcomed it. In this video, we're not here to sugarcoat failure. We're here to walk through it together, using Stoic tools that have stood the test of time. We'll break down 10 powerful ideas that turn pain into purpose and setbacks into stepping stones. If you've been knocked down lately, this is your moment to stand up, not in anger, not in shame, but with clarity, with discipline, with a quiet kind of strength the world rarely notices but deeply respects. This is the journey from failure to success, and it begins now. Lesson 1. Life is a fight, not a dance. Life is not a dance, it is a fight. And if you step into it expecting elegance, grace, and applause, you are going to get hit hard. The Stoics didn't see life as something that owed them comfort. They saw it as a battlefield where the opponent is often invisible. Doubt, fear, ego, regret. You do not train for a dance. You train for a fight. You sharpen your awareness. You condition your mind. You get hit, and you get back up. Marcus Aurelius faced betrayal, war, and plague. Yet he wrote about patience, about self-control, about rising above chaos instead of collapsing under it. That is the Stoic way. In your life, the punches might come in the form of failure, criticism, or uncertainty. But every time you choose discipline over distraction and courage over comfort, you become harder to break. Not harder as in colder, harder as in more focused, more grounded, more durable. So stop asking life to be easy. Ask yourself to be ready, because the bell has already rung and the round has already begun. Lesson 2. The reverse clause. When things go wrong, say this. Things will go wrong. You will plan carefully and still be blindsided. You will try your best and still fall short. That is not a flaw in the system. That is the system. The Stoics had a mental habit called the reverse clause. Whenever life didn't go their way, they said, "But of course, this too is part of the plan." Not as an excuse, as preparation, as acceptance, as a strength. You missed the opportunity? Reverse clause. Someone disappointed you? Reverse clause. Delayed, rejected, embarrassed? Reverse clause. Because resistance wastes energy, acceptance redirects it. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that he was not in control of what happened, only how he met it. So instead of saying, "This should not be happening," say, "This is happening, and I am built to face it." You cannot stop the storm, but you can become the one who stands calm in the middle of it. Lesson 3. LPT loop. Learn, practice, train. Knowledge is not enough, not in Stoicism, not in life. Knowing what is right does not change your life. Doing it does. The Stoics followed something I call the LPT loop. Learn, practice, train. You read the philosophy, you reflect on it, then you try it in small moments. You fail, you try again. That is the loop. It never ends. Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it," meaning, your wisdom shows up not in what you say, but in how you react when life gets difficult. You do not become stoic by memorizing quotes. You become a stoic by practicing patience when someone tests you, by choosing stillness when things go wrong. So today, do not ask, "Do I know enough?" Ask, "Have I practiced what I already know?" That is where growth begins. Lesson 4. How you do anything is how you do everything. The small things matter. The way you tie your shoes, the way you wash a dish, the way you respond to a delayed message. These are not meaningless habits. They are reflections of your mindset. Stoicism teaches that your character is built moment by moment. It is not about the big speech or the big achievement. It is about showing up fully, even when no one is watching. If you rush through the small tasks, you will likely rush through the big ones too. If you bring care to the details, you build discipline that follows you everywhere. Greatness is not something you turn on at important moments. It is something you live in every action. So take the time, stand straight, speak with clarity, do the little things like they matter, because they do. They are shaping who you are becoming. Lesson 5. Marks of a good life. What makes life good? Not long hours or loud achievements, not money or recognition. The Stoics believed a good life was marked by simple things: peace, purpose, integrity. It is not about having more. It is about needing less. It is not about being busy. It is about being aligned. A good life is not measured in applause, but in how you sleep at night. How do you treat people when no one is watching? How you show up when things do not go your way. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the best revenge is to be unlike those who hurt you. That is a strength. That is freedom. To live with your values intact. To be kind without being weak. To be strong without being cruel. So ask yourself today, am I living a life that feels good or one that just looks good? The answer may change everything. Lesson 6. The Fountain of Goodness. There is a place inside you that is not broken. It is not bitter. It is not afraid. The Stoics called it reason. Some call it the soul. Others call it the inner spark. But it is there, quiet, constant, undamaged. When the world feels heavy or people disappoint you, it is easy to forget this part exists, but it does not disappear. It only waits for you to return, for you to remember that you were not built for chaos. You were built to create calm within it. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that human nature is good, that even when others act in harmful ways, he could still act from that place of clarity and strength. So when the noise gets loud, go inward. Find the fountain, that deep, steady place that holds who you are. You do not have to build it. You only have to come back to it. Lesson 7. Quality over quantity. You do not need more. You need better. Not more friends, deeper friendships, no more achievements, more meaningful ones, not more words, more truth in fewer sentences. The Stoics valued substance over appearance. They did not care how loud you spoke. They cared how honest you lived. In a world obsessed with speed and numbers, they taught us to slow down and go deep. One moment of clarity can be more powerful than 100 moments of confusion. One act of courage can define your whole day. One quiet decision to do what is right can change the shape of your life. So ask yourself today, am I adding more to my life or am I refining what matters? Because it is not about doing everything. It is about doing the right things with presence. Lesson 8. Everyday Heroes. Not all heroes wear armor. Not all victories are loud. Some of the greatest acts of courage happen in silence. A single parent who keeps going. A person who gets out of bed while battling anxiety. Someone who chooses honesty when lying would find it easier. The Stoics believe that heroism is not about being noticed. It is about being consistent, doing the right thing without applause, living with virtue when no one is keeping score. You do not need a stage to be strong. You do not need approval to live with purpose. If you face your fears, if you lead with kindness, if you hold your ground in hard moments, that is heroism. So today, honor the quiet heroes. And if no one sees your effort, let it be enough that you do. Doing the right thing, even when it is invisible, is still one of the most powerful things a human being can do. Lesson 9. Good habits drive out bad habits. You don't need to fight every bad habit, you just need to replace it. You don't overcome laziness by shame. You overcome it by movement. You don't erase distraction with guilt. You erase it with focus. The Stoics believe that nature hates a vacuum. If you remove something, fill the space with something better. If you stop one behavior, start another. This is how lasting change happens. Quietly, repeatedly. Don't wait to feel motivated. Create structure. Set your environment up to support you. One small habit done every day can crowd out the ones that hold you back. So when you feel stuck, do something simple. Read one page. Breathe deeply. Take one step. And trust that every small good habit is already pushing out what no longer belongs. Lesson 10. Frenemies. How to deal with hidden negativity. Not every threat looks like an enemy. Sometimes it smiles. Sometimes it supports you in public, but doubts you in private. Sometimes it says, "I'm just being honest," but it cuts like a blade. Frenemies are tricky. They wear masks. They drain your energy while pretending to care. The Stoics warned against flattery and shallow praise. They taught us to judge people by consistency, not charm. You do not have to fight everyone, but you do need to protect your space. Observe more. React less. Set boundaries without bitterness. Say no without guilt. You owe no one access to your peace. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike those who harmed you. So instead of matching their energy, elevate yours. Let your calm be your power. Let your silence be your answer. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to be real, to fall and stand back up, to listen when it's quiet inside, to live with courage even when no one is watching." These 10 Stoic lessons are not rules. They are reminders. Your power is not in having control over everything, but in how you carry yourself when you don't. That peace is not something you chase. It is something you return to. Growth is not loud. Strength is not always visible. But every small act of clarity and intention adds up. Every honest choice is a step back toward yourself. So if something in this journey stayed with you, let it guide you a little further. Subscribe to Stoic Vault for more moments like this, for more tools to help you live on purpose, not on autopilot. not to become someone else, but to return to the best parts of who you already are.